Hi there everybody, I'm Rosslyn. Welcome to Orkney and welcome to my second playthrough of The Green Slime. This is a choose your own adventure book from the Bantam-Skylark series. It was written in 1982 by Susan Saunders, or at any rate that's when it was published. Maybe it was written a wee bit before that, but around then. It was illustrated by Paul Granger. Now, this is a weekly reader book club book. I actually am not sure what these are. It is the first, and indeed the only one from this particular series, the first hardback choose your own adventure book that I got. And I didn't even know this was a thing until I got it. I think it was about £6 out of the World of Books bargain bin. And I was stunned when it arrived looking like this. Anyway, I have this both as the softback version and the hardback, which is unusual. But it's because it is number 4 in the second of the Bantam-Skylark box sets. This is a set of 5 books that came out in the 80s and just compiles a bunch of these skinny Bantam-Skylark books together. It's really, really cool. I am not going to use that version though, because this one is obviously a lot more robust. Without further ado or I don't, let's get on with it. Get to see me bubbling something up in a test tube there at the start. It's not really the intro, just some illustrations to be getting started with. I've got some kind of sciencey stuff going on there. Oh wow, we even get a thing about the author. I don't think they usually have this. Susan Saunders grew up on a ranch in Texas where she learned rodeo riding. A graduate of Barnard College, she has been a ceramicist and an editor of film strips for children. She's the author of Whale's Tale, which was a Junior Literary Guild selection, A Sniff in Time, and Fish Fry. Mrs. Saunders currently lives in New York City. About the illustrator. Paul Granger is a prize-winning illustrator and painter. What talented individuals. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, we get a nice big version of that illustration from the start. So here's me. I've got my beaker in my left hand, my test tube in my right, doing some kind of experiment with a rack of test tubes there. Choose your own adventure books. Don't have a rule system, so we can just get straight on with the story. Like say, this is my second playthrough, but all of them are going to be read from the start. I'll describe the illustrations a wee bit, but you don't have to watch this to enjoy the story. You can stick it on while you fall asleep or in the car or whatever, and just listen to it. Anyway, it's the day after your birthday. And by you, they mean me, so it's quite exciting. Your Aunt Beth has given you a chemistry set as a birthday present. She has also left you in charge of your cousin Stevie, while she and your mother go to visit a friend. Stevie needs a lot of watching, Aunt Beth warns. And she's not kidding. Within 5 minutes, the kid has broken your model spaceship, glued together all your baseball cards, and stopped up the sink in the bathroom with tissues. Sit down on the bed, you tell Stevie. Dinna move or you'll be sorry. You open your new chemistry set. You take out some of the test tubes, which are filled with coloured powders and liquids, and you start to mix a few together. Just then, the doorbell rings. Before you go downstairs to answer the door, you take a good look at Stevie. He is leaning against your pillow and his eyes are closed. You think he has fallen asleep on the bed. I can show you a picture of that too. There he is. Very well behaved, seemingly sound asleep. My friend Jan is at the front door. As you stand there talking to her, you hear shrieks and giggles from upstairs. Who is that? Jan asks. You make a face. Ugh, it's only my cousin Stevie, you say. He's 4.5. Don't you think you better find out what he's doing up there? Jan asks. So I get to just say no, or I get to say yes. You know, I feel like I would have been responsible last time, can't remember, but this time I can't be asked with him. It's no my kid, it's no my circus, it's no my problem. No, he's okay. He'll stop in a minute, you tell Jan, and you're right. After a while, Stevie does stop. Everything is quiet. Too quiet. Stevie, you call? Stevie? No answer. Oh, I better go see what he's doing, you say. Jan follows you. As you reach the stairs, you hear a funny bubbling noise. Plop, plop, blurp, blurp, blurp. What's that awful smell? Jan asks. It is a terrible smell. Rotten eggs and glue and... Oh, I don't even... You and Jan stop short. Something is starting to drip over the top step in big, thick, green blobs. What has Stevie done now? Something tells you not to go near the green stuff. But should you get help, or should you try to reach Stevie first? Again, I'm kind of taking a no my monkeys, no my circus type attitude this playthrough, it seems. I'm just going to keep shirking any immediate responsibilities. I mean, it's not my kid, is it? Let's go and get someone else who can help. Yes. It's getting out of hand too. It says more and more of the green slime is flowing down the stairs. You couldn't get to Stevie now if you tried. So you decide to go get help. You and Jan back down the stairs and out of the house. Do you think it's alive? Jan asks. She looks really scared. You don't feel too great yourself. Oh, alive or no, we've got to think of some way to stop it. I have an idea that might work, but we've got to hurry, you say as you start to run. Jan is right behind you. Where are we going? She asks. It's a good question. I've got a pick now. Right, and here's us just running along. But we get two options. Get to say to the grocery store or to Professor Tate's house. Professor Tate sounds like maybe a science guy? I don't know what they can do at the grocery store. Get cleaning supplies? I don't know. That sounds less like I might find someone else to deal with the issue for me too. I'm going to go to Professor Tate's house. Hopefully he has a nice sciencey solution to the whole debacle. Oh, he is. Professor Tate is a scientist. Maybe he can help get rid of the green slime. You find him in the laboratory behind his house, looking into a microscope. You can see a picture of him doing exactly that here. He's quite an old-looking fella, just peering there into his microscope as we both arrive in the door. Oh, take a look, he says. Oh, these little critters eat tar, oil slicks, you name it. They look like tiny shrimp. Would they eat slime, you ask? Whisper, whisper, asking for a friend. Doesn't say that, but yeah. As long as they can swim through it, they'll eat it, Professor Tate says. You quickly explain about the green slime. Yeah, we've got to face up. It's been silly before. Yeah. Oh, this bubbling green gunk is spreading all over the house. My little cousin Stevie is trapped upstairs. I'm afraid the slime will eat him for lunch. Might already have, actually. Hadn't thought of that. Anyway, will you help us, Professor? It's quite the plight. I assume he's not going to just tell us to clear off. Professor Tate scoops up a pail of water from a large tank. There are thousands of the little fellas in here. This ought to clean up any kind of mess you have, he says. There's no time to waste. You and Jan grab the pail between you and walk as fast as you can back to your house. And here we both are, carefully carrying the pail, being sure not to spill it on the way back. You find the slime oozing under the front door. Should you pour the pail of water on it right here and hope the little animals can eat their way upstairs to your room? Or should you try to pour the pail of water into your bedroom through an upstairs window? Now there's a decision, because I feel like pouring it on here is too much work for them. But we have to find a way to climb up to the bedroom window. I mean, we are doing the shirk responsibility playthrough here too. We're gonna break our legs but improve our odds if we climb up to the bedroom window. But I mean, we're having to do something ourselves. Professor Tate isn't doing this for us. Let's just go to the front door, tip it on. You know, if it doesn't work, maybe we can go back and get more. Don't know. We'll see. Can always say we tried. Tip it on at the front. Don't want to put ourselves in too much risk. It's bad enough Stevie's up there maybe going to get eaten. You know what I mean? You get as close to the green slime as you dare. You pour a little of the water in the pail on it. Nothing seems to happen. Throw the whole pailful on it, Jan says. You dump all of the water out. The slime boils and hisses. Then it starts to disappear. You follow it as it disappears through the front door, into the house, and up the stairs. Now you can see little shrimp-like animals swimming around in the green stuff. Oh, they're much larger than they were when you first saw them, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger all the time. That's not happened yet in the picture here. A beautiful double-page spread of me just tipping a whole load of water out, getting the whole pail of weird substance cowped right out onto them. But the shrimp-like animals appear to be growing out of control. What's happening? Oh no, you say. Now what? Jan says. Oh, I didn't have a good feeling about this, you say. I've been greeted by this astonishing, amazing double-page spread that obviously I wanted to show you straight away of this huge leviathan. I mean, there's just Stevie passed out or something. And just this huge shrimp appears to be, is it climbing in the window, crawling out it backwards? I can't tell. Let's see. You run up the stairs to your room. Stevie is fast asleep on the bed. Oh, he's probably just still asleep then. But your room is crammed from one end to the other with a big pale pink shrimp. Its tail is hanging out of the window and it is waving its feelers in a friendly way. Oh, it's being friendly, that's good. My mother doesn't like pets, you say to Jan. Well, one shrimp is better than a house full of green slime, Jan says. Okay, that classic Chinese saying. You nod your head. We've all heard that one. It doesn't say that here, I'm being silly. Anyway, you see. Well, I'm sure to win the science fair this year. The end. So that's how it ends. I actually don't know how the green slime got cowped over like that then, because it seems like this little kid's innocent. He's just been snoozing. Or did he wake up and do something? Tricky to tell. Don't really know what happened. Got sciencey help from untested experimental source, and have a giant shrimp. Look, I'm sure my mum will be fine about it. If I explain the situation, say what the alternative was. And it was our uncle. Let me check that. This was a trusted family member. Wasn't he named? It was like Uncle something. Professor Tate, okay. He's not actually a family member or anything, but still, older geezer called Professor Tate who's a scientist. You'd expect him to have his shit together more than this. Anyway, that's great. I have thoroughly enjoyed my second playthrough of the green slime. All of the The narrative in this is all branching, so all the playthroughs are different. And next time I'd like to see what happens if I try and go to the store or just take some more responsibility instead of being lazy, the pair of us, the whole way through. That was funny, though. And we got it dealt with, kinda, sorta. Free shrimp, too, so, I mean, bonus pet. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed The Green Slime by Susan Saunders as much as I have. That's all I've got to say about that, though. Toodaloo the new, I hope to see you for another playthrough, possibly of this, possibly of something else, possibly for a different one of the books of this set, because I will do all of them eventually. For now, though, bye-bye.